Hi everyone, this is Udhay here. I welcome you all to this new course, Government Schemes. So in this particular course, we are going to see government schemes which is being launched by the Government of India and the state governments, and we are going to cover all the important schemes that is very important from the point of view of the exam for preliminary 2020 and mains 2020. Okay, so as part of this particular course, in this lesson we will be seeing the National Broadband Mission. So first of all, I just like to show you this particular logo which has been meant for the National Broadband Mission. So if you see this logo somewhere, it should be able to identify that it is the National Broadband Mission. Okay, so for as an example, for easy identification, here we have the Wi-Fi symbol. Okay, so anyway, so here is something that you need to know about the National Broadband Mission. Okay, so it is, first of all, you need to know that it is a union government mission. Okay, so when you have a national, the word national in front of a scheme, you should come to a conclusion that it should be from the government of India. Okay, so the union government. Okay, so National Broadband Mission is basically from Union Government of India, and the aim is to provide broadband access in all villages in the country by 2022. 2022 is a very important keyword. Make a note of it. National Broadband Mission is aiming to provide broadband access in all villages in the country by 2022, and by entailing investment of around 7 lakh crores from various stakeholders. So they are going to invest 7 lakh crore and make broadband access in all villages in the country by 2022. So let's look at the vision. Fast track growth of digital communication infrastructure. Okay, so infrastructure is something very important for anything. Okay, to develop anything you need to have the infrastructure, be it company, be it an area or anything. Okay, if you want to develop an area, you should have proper infrastructure. So for example, if you want a place somewhere near Delhi, to develop it, you need to have the infrastructure. So what is that infrastructure? So it is the road or railway or the waterway, depending on the topography of that particular location. Okay, so if you have the proper connectivity, there will be infrastructure set in, and the rest of the developments will take its own course. Okay, so first of all, a fast track growth of digital communication infrastructure. So the infrastructure laying should be fastened. So that is what they are telling. Okay, bridge the digital divide. So what is this bridge the digital divide? So what is the divide they are talking about? So they are talking about the divide that is existing in between the rural and the urban area. So if you go to urban area, you will have connectivity disconnections. Okay, so if you are inside the home, you will not be able to connect. If you come out of the home, you will be able to connect to internet. Okay, or even the calls. So this kind of problem exists in the rural area, but if you come to urban area, there will be complete connectivity. Okay, so we will be having a lot of service providers in the urban area, but it is not the case in rural area. You should have one or two networks to get connectivity, but if you come to urban area, you can have any number of service provider who are providing the service. You can have anyone's service, and you can connect to the internet flawlessly. Okay, so this kind of divide should be actually bridged. So that is what they are talking about, bridge the digital divide. Okay, and facilitate digital empowerment and inclusion. So basically empowerment and inclusion. So what they are talking about, they're actually telling that for example, take the people who are senior citizens in our family, who are elderly. So they might not be the digital gadgets users. Okay, so we should actually make them teach. We should teach them how to use these digital devices, because it is going to make life easier, right? So basically empowering them and including the people who are not using the internet or digital gadgets so far. Okay, so that is what facilitate digital empowerment and inclusion means, and provide affordable and universal access of broadband for all. So even if you provide the infrastructure, if you make digitally empowered, okay, and include the people who are not inside the bracket of digital communication, if you also bring them in, it is not going to solve the purpose if it is going to be costly. Okay, so it should be affordable. So it should be affordable, and that will actually lead to universal access of broadband for all. So these are the visions. Try to go through it. So these are simple points. Anyway, the keywords are very important: infrastructure, digital divide, empowerment and inclusion, and affordable. So these are the important keywords. Let's move on. So here, if you see, we have the important objectives. okay, of NBM, National Broadband Mission. So these objectives were built on three principles, okay, that is what is given here. So it is universality, affordability, and quality. So the access to broadband should be universal. That is what they are telling. So that is why we are actually concentrating on the villages. Okay, already the urban areas are completely covered. While you are connecting the villages by 2020, you are going to achieve the universality of that particular mission. Okay, and affordability, we have already seen, if it is not affordable, it is not going to be used. Okay, so it should be affordable. So it should not be really costly. It should be affordable by everyone. Okay, so that it becomes universal, and the quality should be good. So as I said previously in an example, while stating an example, in rural areas, if you are inside the house, you will not be able to connect a call or connect to the internet. You have to come out of the house for just connecting an internet or making a call. So that's not quality, right? So the quality should be maintained, that wherever you are, you should be able to connect, right? So there should be universality, affordability, and quality. So these are the three principles that have been used to frame these objectives. Okay, so these are four important objectives which has been handpicked by me. So there has been a lot of informations, but I tried to trim them everything and bring in these information. Okay, so first, broadband access to all villages by 2022. Very important point. Make a note of it. And the second point, laying of incremental 30 lakh route kilometer of optical fiber cable. So you should be knowing about optical fiber cable. Even if you are in a urban area, you should have seen that people digging the roads and laying the optical fiber cable in order to make the connection better, right? So previously we used copper wire. Okay, so that has been in the past. Okay, now they are laying the optical fiber cable because it is a very advanced technology and it can communicate faster, right? And the increase in the tower density. So the towers which are being laid down for wireless connectivity. So for tower, so optical fiber cable is for non-wireless connectivity, and here it is for wireless connectivity. Okay, so the towers are being laid and the density of tower should be actually increased. That is what they are telling. So currently the density is around 0.42 and it should be increased to 1.0 tower per 1000 population. Okay, by 2024. Here the two dates are given. So don't try to confuse it. So 2022 is the targeted of NBM for providing broadband access in all villages by 2022, and here is the 2024. That is, they are actually trying to increase the tower density from 0.42 to 1.0, okay, per 1000 population. And there is another important point, which is to develop a broadband readiness index, BRI, to measure the availability of digital communication infrastructure and conducive policy ecosystem within a state or union territory. So they are actually trying to develop an index which actually rank different states in it, so that states can compete between them and improve themselves. Okay, so for example, we have a governance index which has been recently released by the Government of India, and the top state was Tamil Nadu. Okay, so here if you see, Tamil Nadu has occupied the top position. So the states which are in the second position, third position, fourth position, and fifth position, they will try to compete between these states, and they will try to come up the ladder and achieve that rank 1. Okay, so by this they are actually trying to initiate a competition between the states in order to improve themselves. Okay, so this kind of broadband readiness index is also a very important thing, and it is a very creative thing to make competition between states, and overall they can compete and grow a lot. Okay, they can develop themselves. And the fourth point, the creation of digital fiber map. So this is again a very important thing. So they are actually trying to create a map which is going to be digital fiber map of the digital communication network and the infrastructure, including optical fiber cables and towers across the country. So they will create basically a map. They will be superimposing the details of towers optical fiber cables and everything, so that everyone is aware of it, and it can easily provide information about the connectivity, where it is connected, where it is not connected, and everything can be fixed. Okay, so these are the four important objectives. The first objective is 2022, that is the target date for all villages, and the optical fiber cable laying, and we also seen about the tower density. And here we have the digital fiber map, which is going to be prepared, and they are going to develop an index, which is the broadband readiness index. Okay, so that's all from our today's lesson, guys. I think you learned something about National Broadband Mission. If so, please subscribe the channel, share it with your friends, so like the video. So that's all. Thanks for watching the lesson. Thank you.